Some ghost stories are born from tragedy, others from superstition. But the story of the Greymoor Line comes from something much darker, a place where time, death, and memory twist together into one nightmare people still hear every night at 3:07 a.m. Locals call it the ghost train that never arrives. The beginning. The final ride. In 1983, Train 107 left the Greymoor station carrying 58 passengers. The night was foggy, the air unnaturally still, and the conductor, Robert Hale, noted something strange. None of the passengers spoke. None looked at him. They sat perfectly still, eyes forward, hands on their like dolls. Halfway down the line, the radio cut out. Then the lights flickered. Then the train simply vanished from the tracks. No crash, no debris, no bodies, just the lingering smell of metal and the broken clock at the station stuck at 3:07 a.m. They shut the line down the next morning. The first return, the sound without a source. 2 months later, residents started reporting something impossible. A train horn echoing through the valley at 3:07 a.m. every single night. But no lights, no engines, no train, just the sound. Dogs hid under beds. Windows shook. And the old tracks vibrated violently as if a massive iron machine were speeding past. But nothing ever appeared. It was a train that never arrived, yet somehow never stopped returning. The night watchman, a retired night watchman named Grady, was the first to claim he actually saw the train. One night, he stood on the empty platform waiting for the ghost horn to blow. It did. Then he saw shapes emerging through the fog, faint, glowing outlines of train cars gliding down the tracks. But the windows were the worst part. Inside, he saw passengers staring back at him. Faces pale, expressions hollow, eyes black like endless tunnels. The train passed through him like cold smoke. He collapsed instantly. When medics found him, his hair had turned completely white. He never spoke again. His last written words were, "They were waiting for me." The missing teens in 1992, 4 teenagers dared each other to wait at the abandoned station. They brought a camcorder and planned to film the ghost train. At 3:07 a.m., the horn blasted. The camera recorded shaking metal, rattling signs, and a distant sound of screeching brakes, then screams. The next morning, the teens were gone. No footprints, no struggle. Their camcorder was found on the track, still recording. The last frame showed a blurry train door sliding open and a pale hand reaching out to pull someone inside. Investigators blamed fog, hallucination, misadventure. But the town knew better. The letter from the conductor, 20 years after the disappearance, a strange letter arrived at the local post office. It was addressed to Greymoor Station Master. The name was handwritten in a style used decades earlier. Inside was a note signed by Robert Hale, the conductor who vanished with Train 107. The letter said, "We are delayed. The passengers won't leave the train. They keep repeating their destinations. I can't find a way out. Tell my wife I tried." It was dated October 14, 1983, 2 days after the train disappeared. The paranormal crew, a paranormal team called Shadowline Investigations, decided to film a documentary about the legend. They set up cameras all along the tracks. At 3:07 a.m., every device malfunctioned. Lights popped. Batteries drained. Static filled the audio. But one camera facing the platform captured something terrifying. A train silhouette materialized from the darkness. Its wheels didn't turn. Its lights glowed faintly. Passengers pressed their hands against the windows. Faces distorted as if screaming silently. Then a voice whispered on the audio, "All aboard." The entire team quit their careers the next day. But the envelope was stamped and mailed just last week. The return of the passengers. Recently, townspeople began seeing figures walking the abandoned tracks. A woman in a long coat, a man in a hat carrying a briefcase, a child holding a stuffed bear. They walk slowly, silently, always toward the station. When approached, they vanish into mist, but the air stays freezing cold. Locals believe these are the passengers finally trying to arrive. But the train won't let them. Every night at 3:07 a.m., the horn still echoes through Greymoor. The tracks shake. The ghost train returns, forever stuck between arrival and oblivion. If you ever find yourself near an abandoned station and you hear metal grinding in the dark, don it look. Because the moment you see the train, it sees you too. And those empty seats inside aren't empty for long. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.